Okay, just a quick second part, I guess, to this video or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't make a difference, I guess. I ended up getting that box put back together. Got the new evaporator in there. Now, it did not come out exactly where everything went. I ended up having to modify a couple of tubes here, and I have not pulled the vacuum on this yet. I'm going to wait and do that next time I'm here. But I got everything hooked up. Had to put another new orifice tube in there because I tried getting the one out of that other one. It broke just like I figured it would. Anyway, got the whole thing together, and the blower motor didn't work at all. And so I went down and I put straight power to the motor and it took off. So I ended up buying one of those and it fixed it. It took care. I just haven't put it in yet. I'll do that here next time I'm in. Something else I had to, about 6 months ago, I ordered that part on that. It's actually the pump for your windshield wiper fluid, up on the windshield. And I broke the new one. Well, it's been a couple of years since we put that wiper motor and everything in. And somehow I broke one of them fittings coming out of there. And I ordered it about 6-8 months ago and finally got that put in too. Trying to get some little stuff wound up. So because when I put the rest of this together, it's so much easier to do it before you put inner fenders out, everything. So there was a rubber strip up here that actually hung on by those little tan colored tabs, and I tried taking one off and broke it, about 3 pieces. So I managed to work this off. I don't know if I'll be able to get it back on there or not, but it'll make it a lot easier to seam seal and whatever. I scraped it in a few places, of course, with the scraper and screwdriver getting it out. I don't know if you can see. You can see bare steel there in a couple places, and that's not going to work. Even with seam sealer, you really need to prep that a little bit first. So I'm going to sand that down a little bit, just scuff it actually all over it. Then I'm going to put some primer on, then seam seal it, and then I'll paint it. All the way down the sides here. And I'll probably prep and do that down here in the corners too, where that mud and crap likes to sit. So I got some cleanup yet to do, but that's where I've got on the outside so far today. On the inside, like normal, you always run into the 1 or 2 bolts that are things that are just a pain. And that ended up happening to be this one seat belt sticking up here like a snake sticking up. I've had an impact on there. Finally almost destroyed that T50 cheapy Torx, and it will not come loose. I had to beat the other ones with a hammer and a punch, which I did to this one to make any difference, and use an impact, and finally got those out. And I had them out. It's been 8-9 years ago. I don't remember, 10 maybe, when I put this carpet in that was always too narrow. Got the console apart without much trouble. That lid for that box, I found it, but it's destroyed, and I don't know if it's the same as the Camaros or not. I hope it is, but I don't think so. I'm hoping the box size on the Camaros are the same, where I can use the F-body pieces. I know your actual consoles are a bit different because it's a different car. Everything's lined up a little different, but I'm hoping that I can use some of them parts because you can't find them for these. I'll have to make something otherwise. The only other thing the kick panel. I'll just walk over there. Me and engineers, not very fond of them. I understand we need them. We've talked about this before. All right, and it's too dark. Let me get the light. Somebody's infinite wisdom, they decided when they put the hood latch release, that's all part of the plastic. There's no way to take that off there. It's all surrounded. It's not like it's off the side or got a pocket or anything like that. It's actually part of the entire plastic piece. So it seems like I remember that. I had to just let this thing dangle from that, unbolt it or something, and let it just hang there where I put this carpet in last time. I don't remember. So I'm going to look into that. Way to go, engineers. Thanks, buddies. Working for me. Well, anyway, next time I'm here, I'm going to bring a better T50, and I'm going to jack the car up, climb underneath there. If I have to put a little heat on that bolt, I will. This shifter, I've messed with it some. It is a little gummed up, but the cable's moving up on this side, so that tells me that something is either broke, give, or trash down below, melted on the header. I'm not really sure. So when I jack this up, I'll crawl underneath there and take a look, see if I need to order a cable for that shifter, or I thought about deleting the console altogether, but it's because when you put the new carpet in, it's not going to have any holes in it for the console. But it's kind of unique, this car not having, a column shift. So I'll probably try to retain it, and so I'll look into see what I need, whether it's a cable or just clean the shifter mechanism up. I'm not really sure what what it is, but anyway, this is what I've got done today. I'll pull I cleaned up in here just a little bit. I know it didn't look like it, but so I could make room for everything. The seats were they weren't bad coming out. This one, that center pivot, because it's a swivel, so it only has basically some type of a shaft that runs down the center, and that's only support shaft. Well, this one's a little loose. It kind of flops back and forth. So when I take this thing all apart, I'll see if it needs welded and then reground or something. I'll look to see what's loose or whatever. See if I can make it not quite so bad. And then, of course, I got to get new foam for this side. I may not have to on the other. Part of the seat cover's still on it. It's over there next to that green cabinet there on the right side of it. I'll kind of look into it and see what I need to do there. Anyway, I've made a little bit of progress, and next time you see it, I'll have the rest of the interior gutted out of it, and I'll show you the floor. Back passenger side, I knew had a hole in it. I didn't know it was that bad. So it's about $70 or $80 a section, and there's 4 sections to the floor. I know the back right one, because of leakage from the window, is really rusty. I did want to show you though, it really hasn't been anybody asking me how much rust this car actually had on it prior to the quarters and stuff, but as you can see, the rockers, both sides, there's absolutely no rust anywhere that is through. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's not even any like bubbles or anything on this. Every one of where the seams seal together, both sides of this, both front, rear, all that stuff looks really good. This car may have always been a car here in the West or whatever. I'm not sure where it actually came from. I got it from somebody here local in town, and they got it from somebody, I'm not sure where. I could tell you where it was manufactured, last build, but it doesn't really doesn't make any difference. I did take a picture of this, and I've run these numbers before. This ID tag tells you quite a bit about these. The paint, body color, whether it had a vinyl roof. There's several things that this thing tells you. You just got to know where to look to find the information on these. But anyway, so I have made some progress. It wasn't a complete waste of a day. I didn't get as much done as I wanted, but I got to work the next 3 days, and I just don't feel like being I'm trying to get this done, but in the same token, I got to remember how all this stuff goes together. And I didn't take any pictures of this console coming apart. It comes apart about 4 or 5 pieces. So I may have to partially put it back together so I remember how that goes, because there's not very many videos on these. So like I said, this is you kind of on your own. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off here. Tired of boring you. So we'll see you next time.